Ingot Isle serves as the perfect tutorial level for Donkey Kong Bonanza and improves on its predecessor Super Mario Odyssey in pacing, gameplay, and story development. Today we're going to talk about how the designers made Ingot Isle work so well and move you quickly onto the first real level of Bonanza, making Bonanza feel fast and fresh. Let's start with pacing. While Odyssey takes 2 minutes to have you even press a button, Bonanza clocks in under 50 seconds, and it takes at least 5 minutes to reach the core mechanic of Odyssey, capturing your first character, and that's if you're booking it. The core mechanic of Bonanza is bashing the terrain, and it's the very first action you take. But the pacing problem is reversed for story. Odyssey reveals the entire story, such as it is, in the opening cinematic and conversation with Cappy. It's all a MacGuffin to get you on your way. But Bonanza develops its story slowly, building up the world and the mystery in a much more narratively satisfying and deep way. While people invested in the game would already know about Void Company and Pauline before they booted up their first save, that big reveal of Odd Rock's true nature wouldn't come until the end of the first full layer for an unfamiliar player. In Odyssey, there's very little to uncover after the first 5 minutes story-wise. And even for obsessed fans like me, Ingot Isle is still slowly providing information. Why are these fossils dripping with gold and coming back to life? Where did the Banandium gems come from? What does Void Co. want? I'm still finding out. Even the fact that the true opening thematic doesn't come until after you've collected all of the bananas in the opening level shows how the pacing of Bonanza is more measured and deliberate. Odyssey has a relatively long opening cinematic because that's basically all the story you're going to get. Bonanza's slow drip of information is much more like a good book or a good movie. It trusts the player to pay attention and to uncover more story as they play. But the true purpose of a tutorial level is gameplay. At first, when I was playing the demo and watching the footage before I got my hands on the full game, I thought that the opening mine in Ingot Isle felt kind of too confined and claustrophobic, but I came to realize that this is obviously intentional and that it serves the gameplay very well. The narrow hallways funnel you toward your next objective, and the muddy terrain never pushes you toward excessive exploration. You're really incentivized to move on. There are only 3 collectibles to get, all before the opening cinematic, and none of them are hidden from you. The Ingot Isle cave-in has no bananas and no fossils. Explorers like me can be rewarded with a little extra gold, some Banandium chips, and an intro to the exploration mechanics of the game. But players following a straight line aren't missing out on anything. You could complete the whole level in just a few minutes and not miss a thing. And with more buttons to master in Bonanza than in a game like Odyssey, Ingot Isle gradually but quickly builds up your move sets, from directional punches to hand slaps and how to use chunks. You quickly get introduced to important concepts. Things like barrels, how to use music to find your way and break void seals, how exploring underground works with the underground camera. With a little bit of exploration, you quickly learn that while you can climb most surfaces, some of them are slippery, and that's something that's going to come up in the later game. And of course, it funnels you towards a little bit of combat, so you're ready to defend yourself when you reach the first full layer. All in all, Ingot Isle perfectly serves Donkey Kong Bonanza. It quickly gets you into the action, it sets up a narrative mystery to uncover, and it introduces you to a surprisingly complex set of moves that you're going to have to master as you move deeper into the planet core. If you want me to keep breaking down each of the layers, let me know.